Hey everybody, it is time for a game pickup video. This week I've picked up a couple of nice games, 2 PlayStation 4 titles, 2 Xbox 360 titles, and there's even a Nintendo Gamecube title. So yeah, let's just get started and see what I've picked up this week. And the first game that I've picked up is Attack of Titan 2 for the PlayStation 4. But this is the final battle version. That one contains like all the DLC, that is the third season, but this one also has the content from the first game and the regular second game. That kind of makes this one also the most or more uncommon than the other two, and also more expensive than the other Attack of Titans games. Now I've never played one of the Attack of Titan games, that's why I also bought it, because I really want to experience it. I really enjoyed watching the first season. I don't think I ever started with the second one. I need to do that someday. But yeah, I really liked the first season, and I wanted to play one of these games and see if it's something for me. Yeah, from what I've played so far, I do enjoy it a lot. You know, fighting one of those titans is very cool. And also, you know, the grappling hooks, like the movement itself, although that took a while to get a hang of it, like a good feeling of how that actually worked. Normally I'm not that much into like the tutorials, but I think they are doing like a good job with introducing the mechanics and how you play this game in this game. So that was kind of nice, but still after the tutorials I was kind of like messing around with it, but I can definitely see that once it clicks, that it could become very awesome to like move around and just fly around and then attack the titans. But yeah, I have a feeling that I will enjoy this one, and yeah, we'll definitely play more of it later on. So yeah, that's Attack of Titan 2. And the next game is Ridge Racer Unbounded for the Xbox 360. Yeah, it is complete in box and in a very nice state. I think I paid around like $5 for this one, which seems like a good price for Unbounded. Yeah, I don't know where to begin with this one, because this is definitely a departure from the other Ridge Racer games. I played like the Ridge Racer games on the PlayStation 1 and the PSP. Played a little bit of Ridge Racer 6 for the Xbox 360. But yeah, I knew that Unbounded is trying to do something differently. That is definitely apparent when you check like the visuals, like the aesthetics of this game. It's a little bit darker, a little bit moodier. I don't know if that changes up from, you know, in later stages, but definitely my impression from the first 2 stages, it is moody, it's very orangey. And yeah, the biggest difference is the way the car handles, especially when you check the drifting. And to me, Ridge Racer is always about the drifting and how that feels, like how that mechanic feels. And with this one, I'm not sure what they were trying to do, but it is weighty. It is very easy to oversteer or even overdrift. I don't know if that's like a correct term, but it's very easy to, when you start like a drift, that you drift too much and either crash into a wall or building or into an opponent. But you need to do the drifting so you can, you know, enable like a turbo. But in the beginning, it feels unwieldy, and maybe that's the best way to describe it. It feels very unwieldy, and you need to win races to unlock cars, to unlock like new races, and it was very frustrating in the beginning because I kept losing. And when you do lose, you do get some points though, but I just didn't feel the drift. I didn't feel the drift. But after playing it and sticking around with it, I actually noticed that I kept playing and I wanted to improve myself. I didn't care about losing anymore, because I do think you do get some points. But I did get a better feel of the handling and how I had to drift. It was really a matter of like braking a little bit more and then start a drift, but also to counter, like steer into the drift so that you don't like go too far. And after a while you do get like a better feeling of the car handling, like the drifting around, because it kind of felt awesome. It kind of felt awesome after a while. So yeah, very happy that in the end it is part of the collection right now. And yeah, I do want to play more of it. So yeah, check it out. And the next game is a PlayStation 4 title, and it is Lords of the Fallen for the PlayStation 4. And yeah, I picked this one up because a while ago I finished the DLC for Elden Ring, and I started playing Demon's Souls on the PlayStation 3, but I need to feed that itch for a new Souls-like game. Because at some point I need to play something differently than the prior Dark Souls games. And yeah, Lords of the Fallen was always on my list, but I knew it was somewhat of a budget title and maybe not that good as a Souls-like game. But yeah, you know, I need to experience it on my own, and never played it. And I purchased it for around like 10 euros, and that seemed like a very decent price to yeah, pick this one up and play. First impression, very positive, to be honest. I like the visuals, I like the graphics, they look very good. What stood out to me though is how the character controls. Not very loose, there is some weight to it, but it is definitely different when you compare it to yeah, Demon's Souls or a Dark Souls game. I played after that recording maybe for another 2 or 3 hours, defeated like 2 bosses. And yeah, at some point it kind of hit me that it felt great in the beginning, but after a while the game felt a little bit worse. That was definitely something that would happen after encountering a couple more enemies that were more difficult, and the difficulty was just from the simple fact that they were wielding shields, and it was just yeah, difficult to approach them, to fight them, or yeah, find a way like how I could even hit them, because they just kept on holding up the shield. Definitely want to play more of it, and now I'm mostly curious if that changes up, and if my yeah, if my opinion changes. There are some other things that stood out to me as well. Just the UI, the navigation, like comparing items is quite difficult. Yeah, there are some frustrating things in this game, but I hope I can get past those and enjoy more of this game, because again, the first impression is very good, and yeah, I think it was worth it to check it out for yeah, around like 10 euros, but maybe not more. And the next game that I've picked up is Dead Smells for the Xbox 360, and it is the deluxe edition, but I believe this is the only edition that you can get. But yeah, this one is in a very good state. It looks brand new, like the case is in a very good condition, so is the manual. And the deluxe edition contains like 3 discs, and the first one is yeah, contains something like for the desktop. I guess it's just like wallpapers and maybe custom icons. That's something that you had in the past. I don't know if you can still do that on a Windows PC. The other one is the soundtrack, and of course the final disc is the game itself. But yeah, it is a very nice package, and yeah, like I said, it is, or it looks like brand new. Now Dead Smells, this is a genre that I really enjoyed, like in the past. Like I know it's maybe not comparable to Gradius and R-Type. It is more bullet hell. I did play some bullet hell in the past, and definitely in the arcades. I played a ton of those games in the arcades in Tokyo, for example. Really enjoyed it, but never really got back into it again. So maybe this is the time to yeah, play them and search out some more titles similar to Dead Smells, because from what I've played, it is very opposable. Like, I don't know the intricate like gameplay, like how to get like the best high score and what you need to do, because I do believe there's always another layer, and if you are more used to play these games, like, you know what to do. But from what I've played, it seems very approachable for me, like as a beginner. Like, not too difficult, actually very fun. First, the aesthetics kind of stand out to me, because if you do look at like screenshots, I don't like the look of it, but when you see like in motion on a big screen, it actually looks very cool. So yeah, I like the aesthetics, the visuals, and I do like the gameplay. Like I said, it feels a very approachable bullet hell type of game. But yeah, we're very happy that this one is now part of the collection, and yeah, it's very cool. The final game that I've picked up is a Gamecube title. It's always nice to add a game to that collection, but it is also a fighting game. Now, if you don't know, I've been on the hunt and search for a proper fighting game, or a game that kind of teaches me like how to play one of those type of games, because I'm terrible at them. But yeah, I've picked up Capcom vs SNK 2, the EO edition, and as you can see, yeah, this one looks like brand new. The case is in a very good condition. So is the manual. The manual just looks brand new, like never read and opened, and the disc is also in a very good condition. Now, I know the GameCube is maybe not like the best console to play a fighting game on because of the controller, but the nice thing with this game though is the fact that some of the special moves are tied to a single button press, so it's not difficult to do something cool, to do something awesome during a fight. So it's a little bit more approachable for someone like me. Besides, yeah, me just doing some punches and kicking and hopefully do like a special move. My first impression is very good. Besides it being very approachable, I also really enjoyed the visual, like the aesthetics of this game, like the mix between the pixel art and the 3D backgrounds. Like the pixel art, you know, it's very highly detailed. But I also really like the combination with the sound effects and the music itself. It is just a very pleasing mix. Yeah, it was just very fun to play. Maybe that's a good way to describe it. It was just very fun to play. I played a couple matches. Definitely need to play more of it. But you know, so far in my search for like a good fighting game to start out with, this felt like one of the better ones for a newcomer. I could understand that this is maybe not the game for like the experts out there, but you know, again, for me, it felt like a good start. So very happy that I'm now able to play this one.
This battle is about to explode. Fight!
These are the games that I've picked up this week, and yeah, you know what, I'm very excited about all of these games. Maybe Lords of the Fallen, I'm not sure about it. I definitely need to play more of that game and hopefully it improves a little bit. Ridge Racer is maybe the biggest surprise for me, the Ridge Racer Unbounded. After playing it a little bit more, it started to click with me and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I was very surprised, and the other games are awesome as well. So a very nice, good stack of games that I've picked up, if you ask me. That's gonna do it for this week. As always, thanks for watching, and you know, of course, also thanks for all the likes and the subscribes. More games are on the way. There should be a game hunt video on Wednesday, but I'm still editing it. Kind of lost some footage, and not all the footage is great, so I'm trying my best to make something of it. And I'm sure next Saturday there will be a new game pickup video. Until then, have a nice day and see you all later. Bye.